The course of action that needs to be taken with foot rot depends on whether the sheep are suffering from virulent foot rot or benign foot rot. Accurate diagnosis of either of these conditions may take up to a year with the help of expert advice. Farmers who have sheep with benign foot rot can either decide to control the disease or do nothing. Controlling benign foot rot depends on the seasonal conditions, involves foot bathing and continual assessment. Attempting eradication of benign foot rot involves the same methods as eradicating virulent foot rot, but the chances of success are low and in many circumstances will not be possible. Farmers may choose to attempt eradication of benign foot rot because they sell store sheep, have a stud, wish to minimise the risk of foot rot spreading in the community, or have a borderline intermediate strain. Farmers who have sheep diagnosed with virulent foot rot can only take one course of action, eradication. A farmer who fails to take any action to deal with virulent foot rot is unfairly placing neighbouring flocks at a high risk of infection. In these situations, government regulations will ensure the property is placed under quarantine. Depending on which state you're in, the state regulatory bodies may enter into control and eradication agreements with the owners of the affected flocks. While eradication programs can vary according to farm and state regulations, they all have 4 basic stages. Stage 1 is planning. Do you have the resources in facilities, finances and labour? Can you spell paddocks and keep sheep off contaminated paddocks for required lengths of time to reduce spread? Can you eradicate and then keep infection out? Stage 2 is control. Foot bathing, vaccination and antibiotics are all tools to slow spread and reduce the level of infection. Foot bathing in a foot rot control program using walk-through or stand-in foot baths with various recommended protocols of zinc sulfate, formalin and other commercial options have the following roles: to treat existing foot rot lesions and to reduce the spread of foot rot and improve chances of summer eradication, to improve health, welfare and production of sheep, to enhance a foot rot vaccination program, and as a precaution, quarantine treatment for introduced sheep, even though this is very unlikely to eliminate existing infections. Foot bathing alone can be very effective in controlling foot rot. However, it can be very time consuming. In addition, it is not practical for lambing ewes, especially during the spring spread period. Options for foot bathing should be discussed with your advisor. Vaccination options to control foot rot infections are available. There have been sero-specific vaccines available under permit that can be manufactured to target specific strains on your farm. These may be an option again in the future. Where you have a limited number of strains present on farm, these are very effective and with prudent use can eradicate foot rot. Your advisor can help identify if this is an option for you. The reality is most farms have more than 2 or 3 strains on farm. Cooper's Footvax is a killed multi-serotype 10-strain vaccine registered to aid in the control of foot rot in sheep. Effective vaccination with a multivalent foot rot vaccine can provide a protection rate against spread of up to 80% of the flock and a cure of around 60% of infected sheep. Following 2 vaccinations at least 6 weeks apart, sheep have enhanced immunity to infection for up to 12 weeks in Merinos and up to 16 weeks in British breeds. This means timing of a vaccination program is critical and the booster vaccine needs to be given just before the expected start of the spread period, so sheep have a high level of immunity when they are most susceptible to getting foot rot. Further booster vaccinations given up to 12 months later will again give a similar protection period. Vaccination is only part of a well-planned foot rot program. Cooper's Footvax is extremely valuable in situations where sheep cannot be foot bathed regularly, such as with lambing ewes, extensive properties where mustering is difficult, or any property where labour shortages or facilities preclude effective foot bathing. The best control can be achieved with combination of vaccination with foot bathing. Antibiotic treatment under veterinary instruction can be utilised to treat sheep with foot rot infections. Not all treated sheep are cured and can reinfect the group, so antibiotic treatment is only part of a well-planned program. Given the need for responsible use of antibiotics, this option should be discussed with your advisor. Stage 3 is eradication. Eradication is best carried out during the dry, hot summer months. The aim of eradication phase is to identify and remove all the remaining infected sheep from the flock when foot rot is not spreading, which prevents them reinfecting the clean sheep during the next spread period. Eradication is accomplished only by this repeated inspection of all feet on all sheep. Ideally, 2 clean inspections without finding any foot rot affected sheep is required. This means inspecting all feet on all sheep at least 3 times before the autumn break. In some cases, the sulphur slaughter of all the sheep in an infected group, spent on the land for at least 7 days, and then restocking with clean sheep is the best way to eradicate foot rot. Stage 4 is surveillance. Surveillance and monitoring are essential once a mob has gone through the intensive control and eradication program to ensure foot rot has been eradicated and to prevent reinfection. You can only be confident foot rot is eradicated once all sheep have been through a spring spread period without any evidence of foot rot. Successfully dealing with foot rot requires commitment, understanding, and open dialogue between farmers and their advisors to identify options and pathways for control and eradication. If you want to know more about controlling and eradicating foot rot on your sheep property, get in contact with your local Coopers representative on 1800 22 6511 or visit the Coopers Animal Health website.